We haven't done much on the Trumpster in the last little while, or because we've just been talking about COVID related material. But of course, these two topics dovetail as they normally do. And he was in fine form in the past week. I have to quote him when he said, "And I tested very positively in another sense this morning." Yeah, I tested positively towards negative, right? So I tested perfectly this morning, meaning I tested negative. And it was hard not to, reading it doesn't do it justice, because when you actually see him deliver that line, it's done with a level of sarcasm that just, flies in the face of just about the whole purpose of why you would be doing all that sort of thing. And we've talked about like the tactics that he's employing and whatnot, but I'm not entirely sure how that's right out of his playbook, but whether or not that's actually going to help him at all, and whether or not it's actually impacting his ability to, still, I guess, reach people is interesting. I mean, he's got his diehard supporters and that, but probably those people that were sitting on the fence before, he's got to be turning a lot of those people off with that sort of remark.
Yeah, look, I think it's impossible at this stage to determine what the COVID experience in the US has done to his support base and his chances of re-election. And I suspect it's either going to crush him or support him all the way through for a second term. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground on this.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing too, just to build on that, was that visit to that to Michigan, where he had his mask on behind the scenes, but he didn't want to give the reporters the pleasure of seeing him with a mask on, so he took it off. And it's like that perception of what he's putting out there. Any normal scenario, it effectively he's making fun of it and sort of upending norms and all that sort of thing. But this is probably not the sort of thing where a norm should be upended, if just because that's the only way he knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's exposing him on a whole lot of levels, unfortunately for him. But maybe it's just showing everyone, his supporters included, sort of the way he operates.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's much more we can say about it. The 4 years we've had of Trump have been quite remarkable, not just for his antics, but also for the other things that have happened in the world, like the COVID experience. And, I guess it all gets written down in history, and people in the future will choose to believe what facts they choose to believe.
Yeah. I was just finally, I was thinking on a more macro level, this idea of when a politician bumps up to a scenario that doesn't suit their playbook. So everyone, potentially is wondering what was going to stop his playbook from working. And this may potentially be what it is, because like I think you've said on one of our previous episodes, you can't bully a virus out of existence. It's still going to be there, and it's still going to cause havoc. And calling it names or yelling at it or saying you're fired is not going to do anything about it.
He's a master of manipulating human, or humans, and the human psyche. But he obviously knows nothing about viral sort of or viruses in general. Maybe the only thing he knows is viral media.